Hi, Don. And, well, hello, Mr. President, I should say, or, if you wish, Supreme Leader, President for life. Whatever you feel is right, but I don't want to give the game away too much. And also, I'd like to say hello, actually, to your alt fact machine, the NDA guys who keep churning out those non-disclosure agreements, and, all that makes you and your associates what you are. And I'd really like to thank you and your buddy, Vlad, for the invitation to use social media as a platform for political and philosophical thought, and, even a little bit of humor. And come to think of it, I remember when you first got elected, and, the comedians, they were laughing, oh, man, they were so psyched up, really, a lot of material. I mean, they're ready to go. A lot of laughter. But hey, they're not laughing now, are they? Well, you showed them, so, dominate. So just keep on twitting. I mean, do what you do. Now, I'll tell you, as a registered law and order Republican, I accept your challenge to be a responsible adult citizen, taxpayer, voter, and in these, as the Scottish would say, interesting times, where the survival of representative democracy is being threatened by, foreign players, domestic hustlers, and, and really, and of course, your ministry of misinformation, which, this COVID thing, I mean, really, let's be honest, I know you like that, is so mishandled, the COVID-19 health crisis, that instead of it being contained and gone by June, like you promised, Jared promised, Kellyanne, Pence, the virus is contained, it's going to be gone. Hey, instead, here it is, August, we got, 180,000 Americans died, and, 5 million infected, and there's troublemakers saying that we're headed toward 300,000 dead, by June. Now, I got to tell you, that's remarkable, and, who would have ever imagined? And to boot, you raise an army that love you. They absolutely love you. And they've been going around, spreading the disease, because it seems that they're expecting the virus to read, respect, and understand our Constitution and Bill of Rights. And, well, I don't know that that's happened yet. And then there's others who were saying maybe, or actually they seem pretty sure, you could just pray away the COVID, pray away. And I'll tell you what, if the stats are telling the truth, there's a sign that we got a moral dilemma here going on, because we really got to start praying. I mean, it's time for America to start praying. And as people, reaching out, to religion and all this. I heard a guy reading a good book, and he says, he's thinking about the disease and all, and he says, the Lord has chosen to smite, I say smite the Philistines. Now that's, some pretty nasty stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Now, actually, my concern is it appears that you and Hannity and Kellyanne, or maybe, now I'd hate to think this, I'd hate to think it isn't that you're unaware but maybe that you really don't care. And that would be terribly crude if you really don't care. Or anyone, the first family, really don't care. It's as if, like, they're unaware, the all-fact team, that secrecy and all facts and half-truths, that all of this stuff hurts children, the developing young, because youth is a time, it's the seed time of faith and honor and good character. And of course, I think Thomas Paine, told us about that in Common Sense. He wrote about, he mentions the scarring of a young tree. And he says the least fracture, even like with a pin into the rind of a tender oak, will wound that tree forever. The scar will enlarge, with the tree. And of course, so in other words, I mean, when you say the damage done by falsehoods, I mean, all the doubt, the confusion, the bitterness, the injustice that it gets instilled in children, if we lie to them, it's only going to intensify as the misguided soul tries to go through life. They're going to have a rough time. Yeah, it's like, imagine a father telling his son about the importance of being honest, obeying the law. And next thing you know, Dad gets pulled over. He was speeding. And the traffic cop walks up, and Dad does what? He flashes a PBA card, or he says, hey, I think I know your sister, or how about, can I make a little donation? He slips the cop a C note for the PBA fund. All right, so the cop lets him go. Well, I'll tell you what now, Dad drives off with no ticket. And, well, really, what's the lesson here for the impressionable son? So the kid asks, well, what's this all about? So Dad says, well, that's the way life really works. You'll learn about that when you grow up. You'll go from being all this honesty stuff, and you'll let it slide. Maybe Dad just says, it is what it is. Now that's a classic. That's a great answer. It is what it is. And how about they all do it? Well, I mean, that's another good one. We've heard that. They all do it. So, could we possibly, well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I have to think that we don't all do it. At least the word going around from what I hear is that not all cops take bribes. So, well, here's what I got to suggest. It's like, well, they don't all do it, simply isn't true. But what you might want to do, if you really think they all do it, the next time, somebody gets pulled over, offer the cop a bribe. I mean, and see what happens. Now, if anybody, thinks, really, just offer the cop a bribe, see what happens. Because if you're a man with the courage of your convictions, offer the cop a bribe, see what happens. Now, but really, it's like I've heard people say, it just ain't true that they all do it, break the law, take bribes, etc. And also, we should remember, really, two wrongs don't make a right. Two injustices don't bring about justice. So, it's ye reap as ye sow and all of that. So, but let's move on. Authoritarians, dictators, cheats. They're not fond. We know they're not fond of people who think for themselves. They don't like that. In fact, such characters, they delight when people give up, when confronted with an endless sea of shusha basha, or I think that's in Russian, or ungawa is another expression. In other words, like the Clydesdales. You can tell when the Clydesdales or the elephants have been in town, you know, if you get the drift. So it's like your good buddy Steve Bannon explains, if the truth is inconvenient, you just flood the zone with poop. And now, of course, decorum prohibits us from using the language he actually used. Now, I'll tell you, so sadly, I think we got to go. This is what people are telling me. And I know we like to hear what people are saying. And what people are saying is that sadly, children are deeply hurt, scarred, when adults mislead them. So, excuse me a second.
You're a true vulgarian, aren't you?